past is a vast and mysterious land that begins at the Big Bang and ends in the present, expanding with each passing moment. It's the home of everything that came before, the key to understanding our present. Here, we find the most amazing creatures to ever roam our planet. Hundreds of millions of species so diverse that our imagination cannot do them justice. Unfortunately, the past carefully guards its secrets. While there are a lot of things about the past we know, there are way more things we know we don't know. And worse, there are probably even more things we don't even know that we don't know about.
Why not?
Think of the wonder of life. We now recognize about 1.5 million eukaryotic species, but there may be as many as 10 million alive today. And although we are adding some 15,000 new species to our collective knowledge each year, the vast majority of life on Earth is still undiscovered. This is just what is around today. An estimated 4 billion species emerged on our planet in past eons. But at least 99% of them died out way before humans spoke the first words. The vast majority of all the different species that ever existed are so utterly deleted that they have become part of the unknown part of the past, lost to us forever. Or are they? Could we use science and imagination to glimpse a shadow of the unreachable past?
Yep. So that's what I thought.
Let's start with what we do know. To learn about creatures of the past, we need fossils, any sort of remains preserved from past geological ages, bones or shells, impressions or imprints, things preserved in amber. The totality of all fossils on Earth is called the fossil
What is amber?
record, and it's the most important window on the past we'll ever have. For a dead animal to fossilize,
It's
a number
Shap.
things must go just right. The right environment, timing, and conditions. And then the fossil needs to survive for millions or hundreds of millions of years, and then get back to the surface, and then be discovered before natural processes dissolve it. So it is kind of a miracle that we have what we have, and know what we know. Take the dinosaurs, since they were one of the largest and most successful groups of animals for some 165 million years, and are also a lot of fun to animate. What were they really like, and what are we missing? In the last 200 years, we've found tens of thousands of fossils.
But how do they know? Chat, I get it, they have the bones and shit, but how do they know the color of their skin and the patterns on their skin?
From over 1,000 dinosaur species. Lately, we've entered a golden era of discovery, and about 50 new dinosaur species are discovered each year, expanding what we know and what we know that we don't know about them, which is amazing. But it also makes us aware of all the things lost to the past forever. Imagine if we took all the animals that lived in the last 50 million years and randomly chose 10,000 individuals from 1,000.
Question. Why isn't there big ass flying creatures? It's hard to understand it. Why is there small and big ass land suckers? Small fish, big ass fishes. But no birds, big ass birds. Why is there no dragons? Like an actual fucking dragon. You ever thought about that? These big ass, huge, gigantic. Like that, dude!
1,000 species to fossilize.
There's none of that!
Think about all the things that would be missed or that seem too weird to be true.
Why do
like
we get
giraffe,
that?
A yellow animal with brown patterns that looks like a horse, and an antelope had a baby with a long neck and 2 tiny hairy horns. How many dinosaur giraffes were there? Animals so weird and selected for ecological niches so
ostriches don't fly. They pretend that they do, but they don't. Their wings are dog shit.
specific that evolution molded their bodies very absurdly. Today they might seem made up to us. We know a lot of species are lost forever just because of the environment they lived in. For example, lush jungles basically prevent fossilization, as the chances that an animal will be buried here are low. Countless scavengers of all sizes break down freshly deceased animals extremely.
Okay, now I'm getting mad. What is that? Guys, we're watching this chat, but
Today we're familiar with two types of flying vertebrates that paleontologists have been debating for decades about how such an enormous animal could actually fly. The modern story of this flying giant starts in 1971. Its wings folded up, but recent research suggests that Quetzalcoatlus could fly and do so under its own power. For animals, there are basically two ways to get into the air. The easiest is gliding. Find a high place and just jump. Flying squirrels, lizards, and even some snakes can do.
Much like today's birds, pterosaurs ruled Earth's Mesozoic skies, adapting to many different habitats, while their dinosaur cousins roamed below.
okay, I mean, they're pretty big, but okay, bitch, I'm not talking. Okay, stop being obtuse. Is what I meant. These pterosaurus, the ones with that big ass neck, they're like 60 meters or some shit. They touch the sky with their face, right? And the crocodiles, huge. Why is there this insane drain, like?
Extremely quickly, and the soil is often so acidic that bones are dissolved. And so fossils of dinosaurs from jungles are practically non-existent. Today, half of all known species live in the few remaining rainforests that only cover 2% of Earth's landmass. Millions of years ago, when dinosaurs roamed Earth, jungles covered much more of the planet. So, besides some insects and other small animals trapped in amber, there should be millions of species that emerged and vanished without leaving any trace, trapped deep inside the unknown unknown. But just in general, biology trips us up. Look at your body. It's mainly squishy, gooey, soft stuff, which does not preserve well. What remains the longest are the crystallized parts of your bones, and so most dinosaur fossils are bones or teeth, usually fragments, not entire skeletons. This means that almost all boneless or shellless animals are practically wiped from the fossil record. If we take a look at the stunning diversity of weird animals like worms, jellyfish, and slugs alive today, we can only speculate what we are missing. Although thankfully, many mostly soft and gooey species also left us an incredible diversity of shells that tell us an amazing amount about our past, so at least we have that. Still, when we think about all the boneless species that may have existed in the last 500 million years, even our best attempt at imagining them falls short. But it's not like reimagining something based on its bones is straightforward, and so the way we envisage what dinosaurs actually looked like has changed a lot in the last few years. In the past, many illustrations had a bony, minimalistic look with a toothy grin to signify fierceness and danger. But if we draw today's animals in a similar way, based on their skeletons, just for the fun of it, we get the most bizarre creatures. Elephants, swans, and baboons that look like monsters right out of nightmares. So, similar to animals today, we should imagine dinosaurs with much more soft tissue, fat bellies or chests, weird soft parts like skin flaps, lips and gums, and just more pronounced features that would make them seem like much more pleasant fellows. Some soft features actually leave distinctive traces on bones that we can look for in the skeletons of extinct animals, which is where today's animals with similar features are really helpful. It's a similar story with colors. Because we know what the feathers of living birds look like, modern technology combined with the exceedingly rare fossils with preserved remains of fuzzy feathers give us a glimpse of the real colors of extinct dinosaurs. We know that tiny Sinosauropteryx had a striped tail,
Pepper Jack is dank.
and its tiny dino buddy Anchiornis huxley was white and black with gorgeous red feathers around its head. Still, for the vast majority of really any ancient extinct species, we have no real clue what color they were. But we know what modern dinosaurs, birds, look like, and here we find the most amazing variety. So some dinosaurs will have tried to blend into the background, while others might have fielded aggressive color schemes to attract mates or to appear dangerous. Some might have had impressive decorations or colourful beaks. Some may have been striped or patterned. Similarly, we don't know that much about dinosaur behaviour, although once again we can draw conclusions from existing animals. For example, even apex predators like lions spend a lot of their time lying around and cuddling and licking each other and playing. Why would dinosaurs be so different? When we first found the skull of T-Rex with its mighty teeth and probably the strongest bite of any land animal ever,
airplanes go into air with engine. Animals no have engine. Big creatures don't have enough strength to go into air. Wing muscles not strong enough. Does my Pepega streamer understand now? Holy shit.
we imagined a fierce and stupid beast. But modern scanning technology has revealed that T-Rex had a larger brain-to-body ratio than some earlier giant meat-eaters. And it probably had very sharp hearing, vision, and a sense of smell, and was in all likelihood not a stupid animal. So maybe T-Rex was a cuddly fellow that spent a lot of time playing around or impressing potential mates when it was not hungry.
xQc.
Likewise, while their horns and shields might have made ceratopsids appear to be natural-born fighters, they were probably much more than that. Based on the behavior of modern animals and the complex dances some have to go through to mate, maybe their shields were amazingly colourful. Maybe it danced for its mates like many birds do today. How intensely amazing these creatures must have been.
Okay.
And what a...
Guys, so
Don't hit chair, Mr. Chair.
this was interesting,
Call it
chat.
chair can.
And I don't want to pause so much, but guys, tradition, first meal of the day. Ah! Fuck! I almost burned myself. Lasagna. Pepper jack cheese. And classic Coke.
a loss it is to us that we don't get to experience them firsthand. What an even greater loss that there is so much we will never know about them, and even more tragic, all the absurd and beautiful beings that disappeared without a trace. But such is life. Time marches on without any concern for our feelings, and the past expands with every moment that passes. Most wild animals alive today will in all likelihood not leave fossils behind and also just disappear forever. We can do something about that though. Instead of accelerating the extinction we are witnessing, we could become the guardians of life and preserve it where we find it.
No.
If possible, in the wild, if not, then in museums, movies, and in our minds. Because as amazing as our...
We got unlucky. We got unlucky that the human is such a flawed, destructive creature. We won't save shit. We're gonna self-destruct.
imagination is, and as fascinating to think about the animals that are part of the unknown, it is even better to witness them in the present. The land that we actually inhabit, where we get to experience life as it happens. There is one more exciting way to experience dinosaurs though this year, the 12,022 Human Era Calendar Eons Edition. As always, we're adding 10,000 years to the regular calendar to represent the human era and include all cultures
Pretty dank.
around the world. But this year, we're expanding the scope beyond
Miles
humanity
Nelson.
to showcase forgotten animals and plants from all across the Phanerozoic eon, like giant armored fish, scythe lizards, or giant sloths on 12 elaborate pages. Witness how
kinda cool.
multicellular life has persisted for over 500 million years, surviving asteroid impacts, volcanoes, and frozen oceans. And of course, pandemics. In the end, life,
Hello, sir. I
finds
would
a way.
like to inform you
And
that
we
you
want to
smell.
celebrate that.
Yes, that's right.
You
smell
can
of
get the very
gangrene
shiny,
Cool.
high-quality
But
limited edition now
Thank you for
until we
listening.
sell out, and then never again. To support what we do on this channel, to fill the void in your soul, or just to have something beautiful to look at. As every year, we also have bundles and special calendar deals with some of your favorite products.
These are actually cool though. Most of this is actually
Thank
kind
you
of
so
dank.
much to all of the thousands of burbs who get
Hey,
this time
Mr. Cal, 14 months subscriber here in French Canadian
of
too.
year,
Could I get
polar
welcomes to
bears
the
on
jungle?
Well done,
average
man.
succeed
Or should I
only
say
once
put two
in
Michaela
20